right, hey guys, what's going on? Chris Alquez here. It's your best life defined. Let's go ahead and get right to this thing. So, I've been working on a few things. I kind of fell off the cart when it came to working out. Meeker, for as cool as it is to hang around my grandkids and my son and daughter-in-law, it wasn't that much fun as far as the temperatures. It was really, really hot this year, and everybody keeps telling me, well, it's never been this hot before. I'm like, well, is it us or is it the weather, right? But so I really did not get involved in the working out. I kind of lost my momentum, and it started. I think in March, early March, I had actually got COVID or something because there was about 3 weeks there where I couldn't stop coughing. I felt like I was almost going to die. Sandy was the same way. My son was that way. The boys weren't quite as bad, my grandsons. And then my daughter-in-law, she barely got the sniffles, right? But we didn't say anything because I'm in a mountain community with all kinds of people, and there's 2,200 people there, and they're all just like pretty intolerant of I guess, disease, because I was worried if I reported or went and got tested, they might come with pitchforks and torches and drag me out of town or something. So I got nah, just joking there. Meeker is actually a wonderful community, and the people there are really amazingly nice. But I'm just kind of joking. But um, when I look at why I wasn't working out, what it really came down to was I was kind of making excuses for myself because there were periods in the day when it wasn't so hot, like in the evening or earlier in the morning, and yet I found a way to make an excuse out of it. And I'm not doing that anymore. And what I did when I got to Michigan was before we arrived here, I said, you know what? When I get to Michigan, I am going to do some things. And one of the things I started doing push-ups, pull-ups, air squats, and I'm starting to get back in my routine of working out, and it actually feels really good. You forget. You do things for a while and you're like, pretty soon it becomes the new normal. And so there's no exhilaration. You don't really feel quite as impressed by the pump or how good you feel or how strong you feel because it becomes your new normal. But getting back into it, it's been really cool. And I guess that brings me to the question, when you look at the things in your life you are talking about doing, why not take that step right now? Now, you know what this is called in sales? This is called a call to action. And the reason I think I have the authority and the right to make a call to action is because I've been engaged here for quite a while now. For better than 3 months. 4 months. So I think I can say, hey, okay, now it's time for us to see something. Now, this is where this whole podcast gets tough. So this is what I want you to do. I'm asking you to sit up in your chair, wherever you are. You're driving down the road, sit up straight and look out at the window and focus on the things you're focused on. But I want you to ask yourself what thing you keep talking about doing that you haven't taken any action on yet. Or what thing have you wanted to do or did you start doing that you know you should do? You've talked about it, you've shared that idea, and then you just stopped. See, that's the difference. That is the difference between people who continue to grow as individuals and to grow within their lives and the people who don't. See, what most people don't see is this whole American dream thing. It is the biggest cesspool in the world when it comes to trapping you into believing there's nothing else to be done. I mean, think about it. What happens? You grow up, you're about 14, 15, you start getting the itch to acquire, even earlier than that, and then you get a job and you have the ability to acquire, and it feels good to acquire those things. But there comes a point in your life when you've acquired most of what you can afford, and you've utilized most of the time you have to support that. And what happens? You stop. It's like when you're 14, 15, you're cruising down the rapids of a raging river, and then by the time you get married and you're in your mid-30s, you have drifted into some stinky, smelly swamp where nothing's moving. You go from this to that. It isn't that great, but you've got yourself convinced it isn't that bad. I don't know. And this is the part that has a lot of people irritated with what I have to say. Why aren't you doing more than you are now? I'm doing everything I can. No, you're not. You're doing everything you choose to do, just like me. I'm not doing everything I can to work out. I'm easing into a workout. I should be doing 300 pull-ups a day. I should be doing 600 push-ups a day. I should be doing air squats. I probably 1,000 air squats a day. Am I getting that done? No, I'm not, because I'm finding excuses for why I can't do it. But my bars set up outside. I have the push-up, the handles, that keep you up off the ground. I have those outside. So every time I walk out the door, I grab some. Every time I walk out that door, I grab me some pull-ups and some push-ups just to add to those numbers. It doesn't matter when you do it, how you do it. You just got to do it. So why not now? Talking about losing weight. Talking about being kinder. Talking about being a better church member. Talking about being more forgiving. Sit there for a minute. Sit there in your mind. Think about that thing that you want to become, or that thing you want to do, or that thing that is important to you that you can't take action on. And right now, decide, okay, I am going to take action. And you define it. You define when that action is going to happen. Now, I'm going to get done with this podcast, and guess what's going to happen for me? I'm going to shut this stuff down. I'm going to change my shirt, get my workout clothes on. I'm going to go outside and get a workout in before Sandy gets back from the store. And then when we get done with that, I'm going to get the kayaks ready, get all our stuff loaded up. So all she has to do is change her clothes into her water gear, and we are off. We are going to go explore the Grand River. And it's about as slow as a pond. You talk about being stagnant. I mean, it's a wonderful river, and it's not dirty, but I mean, the water is not moving. I can go either direction, upstream or downstream with this thing, and it don't matter. So we're kind of excited about what we're going to see. And we're not going to wait. Because what better time to do it than now? What better time than now to call up that gym and say, you know what, I want to reactivate my membership? Or what better time than now to get done with this podcast, go down in the basement, clear the jackets and everything else you got hanging on that treadmill, and get back to the reason you bought that thing. Get back to that thing that said, okay, hey, baby, if we buy that thing, we can work out, we can get in shape. Okay, what about now? Why not now? Keep putting off checking into school. Keep putting off checking into that promotion. Keep putting off going in and talking to the boss about a raise because you're doing a good job and you have more potential and you're just looking for an opportunity to show them what you got. Why not now? That's where it all starts, right? Oh, we all have it. I have it. What's funny is the ride up from Colorado to Michigan. I hit that big old deep hole in the road. Wasn't in the physical road. I fell off that cliff and felt some terrible shame. Okay, and it's so easy when you fall off that cliff. It's so easy, even for me. The other night I'm sitting there and I'm still not completely. I'm falling. I'm circling the drain. It's about ready to drop in. And I'm reflecting on my whole life. I'm reflecting on my kids and my wife. But what I'm really doing is I'm thinking about this, about me doing this every day. Because I'm going to tell you, no matter how hard I try, I don't feel like I'm the person that should be sitting there. I really don't. I think, who am I to be sharing a story with someone, to be advising someone that the way for them to live their best life is to take action, that these are the ideas. But in a way, I'm the perfect person. In a way, I am the perfect person because I've been there. I mean, Sandy and I, she was 16, I was 18, we had a baby on the way, we had nothing. And at 54, we both managed to retire. And I'm a podcaster. 125th podcast right here. Thank you for joining me. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to sit up here because that's what I'm talking about. A friend of mine, she's actually my daughter's best friend. She's the one that jumped into this with me. She said, hey, listen, I think you should start a podcast. I'm like, oh God, people don't want to hear what I have to say. And maybe they do, maybe they don't. But what I've found is even if no one else listens to this is really good for me. And it all started with me asking myself a question. Why not now? Why wait another day? Why wait another moment before I decide to go ahead and step out there and do this thing called podcasting and share this story? Because what would be sad in my mind is that I were to wait, and then something catastrophic happened. Maybe when I think I got COVID in March, I actually did. But instead of me overcoming it and being here today, imagine what would have happened if it had killed me. Wow. Wow. I'll say this a million times. I wish that I could give you a recipe that you could just follow. And in a way, I can. People who are able to access the best parts of their life and continue to grow towards new destinations and learn new things do it by simply not waiting another day to take action. If you're struggling, if you're trying to wait for the perfect time to start paying off that debt, or the perfect moment when the kids get out of the house, me and the old lady are going to get back together and we're going to get to know each other. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Did you expect COVID-19? I sure as hell didn't. Did you expect the world to grind to a halt? How can you wait if you really want that better relationship? How can you wait for a day that may not come? Why not now? Why not right now? Why not today? Step away from this noise I'm making. Step away from what I'm doing and focus on yourself and that thing that you said you wanted to do, that you keep talking about doing, but you keep putting off because you just won't take action on it. Go ahead and pull the trigger on it and do it right now. Now, that's what I'm talking about with the call to action. And what's funny about it is I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm asking you to take a look at your life and say, okay, I don't really enjoy this anymore. I think right now is the time for me to start changing it. I'm going to start looking for a new job, or I'm going to call the college and see about getting online classes because I need to upgrade my license. I need to head in a new direction with my career so I can actually earn the money I need to support my life and, more importantly, to support the things I love to do. There's an idea, just throwing it out there. Hey, guys, I show up every day because of you. I show up every day because of me. This is how I get my noise out. This is how I weed out the bull crap that comes into my head and sort it out from what's real and what actually works for us. And because of that, I get to capture more of the life that I deserve, the more of the life that I want for myself. What are you missing out on? What thing would you love to do? What thing do you dream of spending your time doing? Take a look at it and then say, okay, now how can I do it? Make a list of actions that will take you there and then take action on it every day. And before you know it, guess what? Just like me, you're going to be living where you want to live. Doing what you want to do. Is it going to be easy? No, not always. Is it going to be perfect and there's not going to be any fear? Oh, there's always fear. Anytime we step out of our box and do something new, there is an immense amount of fear. But if you're picking the right stuff, man, I tell you, it's worth it. Just do it. Just do it. Stop waiting around. Stop looking for confirmation from your friends. Start that inner dialogue with yourself. Start talking about who you are and what you want, and you build that story up in your mind. Start talking about how great it'll be and how important it is for you to pursue it. And before you know it, what you want to do will become more important than what you're doing now, and you will go after it. But it's all about the story, and it's about not waiting. So let me ask you one more time. Why wait? Why not now? Why not now for that thing, losing weight, doing whatever you want to do? Why not now? That's the question. Take a look at it and keep asking yourself that. Until next time, I just want to say thank you for showing up every day. If you listen to this on Podbean, be sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe or to give me a like. Let me know that you're out there because it's hard work. And sometimes, like anything, you get down on yourself and I start thinking about, man, no one wants to hear what I got to say. But really, in the end, this is about you. It's about you waking up knowing that no matter where you are right now, you are one decision, one step away from making your life better. And it starts with defining that life and saying, okay, this is who I truly am, and this is what I want to do. And then take action on it. So until next time, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.